You guys loved my wife's video of her walking around, cracking jokes about the race car, so I figured I'd give you a real walk around. I'm gonna answer as many of your questions as I can and whatever other questions she has. This is a Pro R, it's a 2024 Razor, and we're gonna be racing it in the 2025 King of Hammers Open class. First of all, you guys may notice the crazy colors. We went with the same colors as my wife's Razor, Sweet and Low. It's my personal favorite Razor, and this is my wife's favorite race to go do. Let's make the race car pink and yellow. John Whaley cage, obviously. All the tubing on this thing, John Whaley built. If you have the best cage builder, you gotta have the best powder coat, and this is done by King's Coating in O'Fallon, Missouri. It turned out crazy. The wrap faded as well with it, which is pretty freaking cool, by JB Graphics. Man, we had so many sponsors that helped us do this build. It's gonna be tough for me to talk about all of them. I'm sure that I will miss somebody. I'm gonna go ahead and apologize in advance, but thank everybody that made this possible. Jim Chineri, Power Sports, that's where this buggy came from. That's who we bought it from. Thank you guys for always hooking us up with the best deals possible. Also, Polaris. Polaris has sponsored me. They've been sponsoring me for a couple years now, and they've made it to where I can actually afford to get into a new buggy to take it out to the roughest race in the world and destroy it. Super ATV, they came on big for us, man. We got the Super ATV mirrors. We're running Super ATV axles. I'm running L&W suspension just like last year. You know, they got the Small D Big Dreams on there for me. I appreciate those guys. We're running Evo exhaust and tune.
Look at that. Look at the exhaust. Let's take a minute. Carbon fiber.
Yeah, so not only does this thing look good, it sounds good too. I actually have a code. I'll put it on here right on the screen. It's WB10. If you go to their site, save you a little bit of money. We got the Jack Be Quick back there in the back. So if we have any issues and we need to lift the buggy up, that thing will lift this thing no problem.
Okay, but wait, you got one more thing I want to ask. What is this big hoop thing? Because none of your other buggies have that.
If you stand in line, you'll see the bumper, the cage sticks out further than the tires. And the rules say that just for colliding into things and people and whatever else. They don't want the tires to hit first. Even though we don't plan on our axles breaking, we got some spares mounted up back here just in case. Shock therapy. Out in the desert, horsepower, it doesn't really matter. Obviously, if you have some more horsepower, that's great. But at the end of the day, you get your speed and your power through your shocks. The better you can make this thing ride, hopefully we might hit some 3-digit speeds out there. The only way we're going to accomplish that is by making this thing ride as smooth as possible. So Shock Therapy built these shocks. I'm very excited to see what they can do. They're actually bringing me my rear limit straps out there. I got my fronts on, but they're going to meet up with me out there at the lake bed, and we're going to put the rear straps on.
All right, I see you got this. What is this thing?
This is what keeps us on course. If you get off of course, you get a penalty. Imagine that you're using your GPS to take you to your favorite restaurant or whatever, and you make a wrong turn. Well, if we make a wrong turn, we get penalized and we don't place as well in the race overall. So this is the device that keeps us on course. Going into the cab here. So John has an iPad that he will be looking at to keep our GPS running and keep us on course the best that he can. The co-driver is as important or more important than the driver himself. I have absolutely nowhere to go without him telling me. I have no clue. For the most part, what we see is dust and 1,000 different trails running in every direction, and I have no idea which one to hit without him telling me. And we communicate in our helmets.
What are the nets for?
So the rules state that you have to have these window nets to try to keep your hands inside the vehicle if you were to crash. The G-forces, you are just being thrown around and they're like a rag doll at the speeds that we're going. So this is for safety to keep your hands in the vehicle so they don't come out and chop a finger, arm, leg off.
What's in the door? Why do you have a zipper pouch there? What is that for?
We'll have a lot of our spare tools, spare parts. I've got some alternator belts, got some wrenches, got some rope if we need to tie around a big rock, whatever it may be. These are also from Super ATV and really good quality. In the cab, I built a full custom dash because the lower the dash is, the better we can see. And out there in California, there's a lot of drop-offs, a lot of cliffs, a lot of ledges that we need to see the best that we can. I'll talk to Pitt with this, and then with this, John and I will talk back and forth to each other. And then we'll push a button, and that will allow us to talk to Pitt. All my original factory switches, I relocated them here to the middle because sometimes we might be going through something that's so rough, I need him to flip us in or out of something, four-wheel drive or in different race mode, so I can't take my hands off the wheel. they're in the middle so he can reach them.
Can you show us how you would grip the wheel? Because I don't think people understand how rough it can be at times when you're trying to, how would your hand, how do they look? Because I think that's so intriguing as well.
So I run my seat way further forward than I ever would in any of my other side-by-sides. And the reason is because this race is so rough, I can't run with my hands out like this. My lats, my arms, everything would be super, super tired. So I actually run the steering wheel out to me like this, and I will sit in here using my whole body as a lever, I guess, rather than out, with my arms stretched out. So I'll get it locked in here where I'm nice and comfortable, so that way when I'm blasting whoops or whatever at 90, maybe 100 miles an hour, wide open through the desert, I can hold on to it for a long period of time and not get lazy and lose control of it. These seats are by MB2 Industries, and these things are freaking awesome. They made them to match the buggy, obviously with the pink and the yellow. But yes, you have to have harness slots in your seats. It keeps you secured better. It makes it to where it can't slip off of your shoulder. It hooks onto your Hans device a lot better. And regardless, these things are freaking sick. They look sick and they're super comfortable. Absolutely love these seats. I can't say enough good things about them.
What is that?
So this pushes air into our helmets. Basically what it does is it pressurizes the helmet, kind of like imagine an airplane. It pressurizes my helmet and keeps the dust out and keeps fresh air coming in. Has a filter on it, so that way I have a little cool air blowing across my face and keeps dust out.
What have you done to the top? There's a lot of aerial view during this race, so have you done something different to the top of this?
I put my slogan on the back of there.
Would you like to show everybody?
Yeah, sure. Small D, big dreams.